Is Bambi about genocide? Actually, yeah. I've been waiting for over a year for this movie, Bambi the Reckoning, to come out, but let's talk about the original history of the Bambi story, which some scholars argue is one of the first great Holocaust novels. You're probably familiar with Bambi mostly from the 1942 Disney movie. And if you haven't actually watched the movie, you probably think Bambi's a girl. This has actually always been one of my favorite films of all time. But by the time this film had been made, Bambi had already gone through multiple translations and iterations. It's based on a 1923 novel by a Jewish author named Felix Salten, and it was written in Austria during the rise of fascism. The most memorable scene from the movie is, of course, when Bambi's mother is shot. In the novel, the animals are constantly living in fear. They're always watching the edges of the forest, and violence strikes without warning. And very importantly, some of the animals are complicit in the killing of other animals. So the hunters become this metaphor for being marked for extinction. They are all living under constant threat. When read under those terms, it becomes very clear that the book is a metaphor for living as a Jewish person in Austria at that time. A message that the Nazis very clearly received because they banned the book in 1936. Salten himself actually had to flee Europe. And the most common translation of this book, the one that Walt Disney would have read, really stripped out a lot of these political themes. It changed the focus to more of a conservation story about animals living in the forest. And it also changes the ending of the book where Bambi and all the animals sort of know that they are all going to die. So this movie is Bambi the Reckoning. It's part of the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Twisted Childhood universe, also known as the Poohniverse. I can't wait for this. I'm going to see it on Saturday.